Welcome back. My name is Guy. In the second part of a two-part series, I'm going to get these cabinets finished. I'm going to get everything installed. I'm going to make the doors, install them, and also the drawers and get those put in. So stick around. We got a lot of work to do. All the drawer parts have been cut. These are the sides and these are the fronts and backs, and they're going to be put together with dominoes. So this is a vacuum clamping station I have set up. I've got 128 domino holes to cut, so this is going to make it really nice. I've got these two aluminum blocks here that have a seal on it, and I've got a foot pedal, so all I'll have to do is turn the pump on, push this up against it, cut my domino slots here, release it with the foot pedal, push it around, and then make these. As I mentioned in the first video, I'll leave a link to that in the corner up there. I forgot to drill the holes for the adjustable shelf pins in the upper cabinets. So I'm going to do that now, and I've got this very simple but very effective jig from Rockler. I've got a 5mm drill bit with a little spring in it. And I'm just going to go ahead and drill these holes, move the jig down, put a pin in, and get both sides. Well, I've got my shop all set up to do my spraying, and there's just some canvas. I hung it from the garage door rails and my garage door opener rails. There's my drying rack, and I'm going to do this in stages. I'm going to be putting 3 coats of General Finishes high performance water-based poly on it. It's what I've put on a lot of cabinets, and I really like it. It's going to take some time. I am not going to film this because I'm going to take the camera and put it in the house because I don't want to ruin my camera. But when I get done, I'll show you how it all looks. Now that I've got done with all the finishing, I'm starting to install the backs on the cabinets. And those are just held in with screws that are countersunk. And this is one of the upper cabinets. I just want to check this for square. I want to check it on the inside. That's more important than anything else. These being inset doors, that's the crucial part where it needs to be square. And it is perfectly square at 48 3/4. So I'm just going to go ahead and get the rest of the backs on these cabinets. Well, the next step is to empty out these cabinets, get all the stuff off the top of them. I actually need to remove this cabinet to get these cabinets in, and this rack of clamps has to come off because it's actually attached to this cabinet here. So I'm going to get to work on that. So I've got all the cabinets cleaned out, the clamp rack down. There's a lot of crap there. Down here is a base that I've screwed to the wall. I've used some shims. That's perfectly level, perfectly flat. And this is the first cabinet that's going up. And it's going to go underneath this spot right here where that little beam is. So it's a little bit shorter than the other one. That'll be the first one to go in. Well, it took me about a half hour, 45 minutes. I got the 2 tall cabinets installed. There's the drawer pockets. Everything is nice and square and very level. I'm pretty happy. So the next thing is I need to get all of this crap back in those cabinets because I can't do anything else in the shop with all of this crap all over the place. So now I have the uppers installed, and these cabinets here are about 4 inches deeper than the old ones. So with the additional shelves and additional depth, I was able to take all 4 cabinets and fit it into 2, which is pretty nice. So these are empty. I'm sure we will find something to put in there. So now I need to start working on the drawers for the bottom. I've got one of the drawer slides here, and this is the side that attaches to the cabinet. And I've pre-drilled all the holes already, and these use these 5mm screws, which are really nice. So all I have to do is put a screw in there and tighten it down. All right, that's the last one. I think I'm gonna start working on the doors next to get that all buttoned up. Well, I've measured the opening for one of the taller cabinets, and this is the door that is gonna be actually in those cabinets. This will be split in half. I'm gonna cut it to length first, and I'm gonna use the hole pattern in my Festival MFT top to my advantage. So I've got 2 dogs here. This will get butted up against there like that. I'm gonna push it down. And then I've got a track with 2 dogs here, and this will go in here like this. And I've made a mark right there where I need to cut it. So I'm just gonna get it right there, get it nice and square, pushed up against these. Get a clamp here and clamp it in place. So now I can just take my track saw and cut both panels to length. Now I pre-finished all these panels before I cut them, but I still need to put edge banding on them. So I've got some edge banding here, and I've shown this before. However, this has a lacquer finish on it already, so I don't need to add finish to it. So I just need to iron this on as I would any other normal edge banding. This piece of plywood is going to get cut up to make the drawer fronts themselves. And I want the grain to flow from the left bank over to the right bank, and also from bottom to top. So I measured the openings. I did some calculations to figure out, where my 16th inch gaps are, and took into account for the thickness of the edge banding. And my final measurement is 7 11/16. So I'm going to take this over to the table saw and then cut 3 strips off the bottom. And I'm going to leave the top. I'm going to get the drawer faces for the first 3 drawers in first. And then the last drawer I'll fit depending how much I have left. It should be pretty close. Well, I need to start drilling the door for the cup hinges, and this is what I'm using. These are Euro style cup hinges, and these are for insect doors. And this is a jig I have from Rockler. So what it is there's a stop on one end, there's a bar, and I can just position these along its length and go move it from door to door and get consistent results every time. There's a special Forstner bit with a little cup here that fits around this, and then I just drill it down. It's got a stop to drill at the right depth. So I'm going to come in from the bottom and the top 3 inches. So now that I have those marks made, I can just take the jig, and there's a little stop on the end of this. I just butt it up against here, and then I can move this down. There's a mark on the jig, and I just align it with the mark I made in the door and tighten this down. And then lock that in place. I had the first set of doors installed, and they went in very easily. I've got a really nice, perfect reveal going all the way around. Now there's screws on those hinges that allow you to move them out, move them up, and move them this way. So it took me about 5 minutes to get it all aligned, but as I said, I've got a nice even reveal, and the doors work really well. Getting ready to attach the drawer fronts, and I've already drilled holes for the poles themselves, and I've got these little strips here. These are spacers. These are 1/16 of an inch. I'm just going to put that on there like that, and then put one on each side to get me started, like that, and get that one to stay put. There we go. So I had seen Mark Spagnuolo, the wood whisperer, do this, and I don't know why I never thought of it either. So I was going to take some screws and put them right in through the holes where the drawer pulls go. And now I can pull this out. The drawer pulled out and the face already secured to it, I can just drill some holes for some screws to permanently attach it. Now I've taken out those 2 screws holding it in, and I just need to continue these holes all the way through the back. So that's it. I just need to reinstall the spacer and keep going up. So with the last two top drawers installed, the cabinets are pretty much done. They came out really nice. I'm very happy with all the extra storage, and of course they look great.